Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for showing up tonight. We're going to have a pretty good time tonight. We got Eric with Brotherhood Metal Detecting here. Uh, Before we go any further, let me grab Nick real quick. We're going to try to get through the morning announcements pretty quick so we can get him up and get going.
The morning announcements, eh?
Well, it's like school time again, right?
Absolutely.
So a little bit of week in review. We did get to go out and dig for a little bit last week. Had a pretty awesome property to go to. Kind of restricted on where we can dig. What do you think about the prospects of when we get back out there and the other parts of that property? It's as big as it is. What do you think about that?
I mean, just if you see the video that, if anybody's seen the video that Shane put on, it's a beautiful house, two-story brick home, early 1800s. Do think that somebody has been there before, but they never find it all. I'm pretty excited to go back, and hopefully the property owners will let us up around near the house instead of just putting us in the back pasture. But either way, still happy to go, still happy to get the dirt, moving.
No, that was it was just a nice day and to get out for we only got out for a few hours. It didn't work out the way that we had intended, but the thing of it was is that we got to dig and got to hang out a little bit, and I'm kind of excited. I haven't gotten confirmation on Saturday yet for sure, but it looks like we have got a guy that fancies us that just keeps taking us to different locations that he's got that's either his property or people that he knows for us. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to hit one of his sites this weekend that he wants us to dig, and pretty excited about that too. Denzel's a pretty good dude.
Oh yeah.
Well, next about that is, we've been doing the Thursday night spot here for I think a month now, if that sounds right. Uh, Pretty much when the ground froze, we started going.
Yeah.
What do you think about doing 9 o'clocks? What do you think about how this is working out? Are you happy with the outcome of it? Some of the people that you've met?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you always find incredible guests to come on here, and kind of like what I said last week. I think I saw him in here. Maybe I didn't. Virginia.
Yeah, he's here.
Anyway, yeah. So I told him I didn't want to kiss his proverbial ass, but everybody here that you bring on they're really good people, and I say it every week. Everybody in here is just they're great people. So
So the next possible challenge that we had is that Nick and I work in a pretty I'd say it's a little bit fast paced environment. What happened was is that we froze, we thawed out, then we had an electrical power outage that took about 16 hours of one of our days last week, and then with the major rain that came through and the thaw out this week, we flooded. We're right on the riverbanks, and our boat rose, and we have to go to extreme measures to stay open. Take a few seconds and talk about the process of keeping our casino open this week.
I've been suffering through that for 3 days, and now that I'm home, you're going to ask me about it.
Nah,
No,
it's
no,
all about
it's yeah, it's just it's building a giant mechanical ramp, like you were saying earlier. It's all galvanized steel, and we've got a crew of how many people? Everybody wants hands on, and it's easier to get things done with a lot more people, but it's harder to get things done when not everybody knows exactly what's going on, and trying to direct them all to get the right things in the right place. And then when you have to disassemble it to add more sections to it, it just makes everything that much worse. But all the guys we got there, they're not only intelligent, they're a little headstrong, so maybe some of them want to do it one way compared to another way, but I'm all for it. It's just exhausting, very
yeah.
exhausting.
It's been one of them weeks. We didn't really have a lot of prep time for this week, but that is what it is. The only other question that I got before we kind of delve into getting Eric up here is that the first 4 weeks now. We had Brent from Outdoor Treasures. We had Tim, the Illinois digger. and then we had Travis from Virginia Dirt Fishing, all three of which have put out videos recently. I suggest everybody go over and check them out. A couple of them are shorts. They're not really long videos. Not everybody's having long hunts right now. So those guys are starting to put their content out for the year. Uh, the thing of it is that coming from both of us and your channel being very small, just like everybody else's in here. We've been promoting the smaller channels, and that's kind of who we've been hunting down the most time. How do you feel about promoting all these little channels and giving everybody an opportunity to come up and do some self promotion?
Oh, absolutely. Like you mean like bring somebody like
Our guests, the smaller channel guests, bringing them in here and going that route for a while.
I kind of think that's where the camaraderie comes into play with this community because none of us are, we're not very, I wouldn't say we don't have a lot of subscribers. We don't get millions of views. We're just low grade dirt fishers, and we're here for each other and rooting each other on. It's like having a really cool team, and we just don't really have a coach. We kind of all coach each other, and that's what makes it all so much more special.
Well, that being said, that's leading you into the next part of this. So, with that being said, I think Eric's a little bit different of a guest. He's been around the community for a while. He's got enough subscribers. He's got some a lot of Facebook connections. He is part. He's on the Copperheads live stream Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. He's a guy that's been around the community a little bit more. Has had his face out there a little bit more than the rest of them. So I thought we would change it up tonight and talk to a guy like that, just because he was very willing and able to come on the show and help us out. And I think it's going to be fantastic tonight. But before we get into that any further, I want to say hello to everybody that's in here today. And before we go on, Pro Metal Detector, nice to have you. Thank you for being here. Whichever one of you PA relic hunters that is, I'm glad to have you.
It's Dave.
Is it Dave? Oh,
Yep.
yeah, it is. Well, Nancy is in here. Ambient Girl Digs. Nancy's fantastic. We share the same birthday. I'm kind of stoked about that. I thought it was pretty cool. Bobby Pastor, welcome. I don't know your name. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you.
I think his name's Bobby.
Bobby Pastor. That's what I said, didn't it?
He said, "Yeah, but I don't think I know your name."
Oh, gotcha. Eric's in here,
Sorry,
Brotherhood Metal Detecting. No, just beat me down. It's okay. I haven't had enough to drink yet. Joe of the Copperheads. There's one of the good guys on the Joe De Niro, as they were calling him last night. That poor man, he gets beat on like a rented mule. Virginia Dirtfish and Travis, thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here. PA Relic Hunters, I think I mentioned you. Brenda, Mama's Gone Detecting. So glad to have you, dear. I appreciate you in here every week. Keep on going down. Keep on going down. Only the same people talking. Well, let's get some more up here today. Outdoor Influencer, thanks for being in today. That's Brent's buddy. He's got a very fantastic channel.
Oh, yeah.
A Jurassic Custom Collector. Hello to you, and thank you for stopping by tonight. Cheryl and Randy Combs, hello. Appreciate you in here every week. It's in the blood. That's Alex. That's my daughter. That's our sports talk channel. Hey, if you want, you can go over and subscribe to that. We're starting to get a little bit of content up there. She's way smarter than me, people. Defección Madriaga. Hola, amigo. Let's keep on going. Kay's digging it. Kay, you're getting closer to Texas time. Captain Comics. Captain Comics has a live stream. He's a comic guy. He's in here quite often. Appreciate you being here, Captain. Monk Cheetah, what's up, bro? Backyard Treasures made it. Brent, Dirty Deeds Metal Detecting. How are you doing? Getting down closer. Getting a little bit closer. Okay, he's digging it. Northeast Searcher, hello. Closer, closer. I think that's a I just saw a different one. Where'd he go? Trey Zazzarino. How are you? Or Tony Zazzarino. I can't see. I need to wear my glasses and I don't. So I apologize when I butcher your names. And Meadows in here. What's up, brother? Hey, it's getting close. You and I are gonna have to have a conversation about when we're gonna do some of that digging that we talked about. Heavy Meadow is just like 40 miles west of us, and looking forward to seeing him. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's grab Eric and get up here, and let's start having a little bit of fun. Whoa, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing today, my friend?
Not too bad.
So, you get into this common mold of everybody asks the same questions and stuff like that, and we'll get to all of that, I'm sure. But what first got you interested in treasure hunting? What was the first thing that turned you towards looking for things that were lost?
When I was a kid, I used to love trying to find, just anything. Me and my grandmother used to walk to the store, and we'd be finding money on the ground, just pennies. We used to keep a jar of find money and stuff like that. But what really did is when one year I was digging in my backyard and I found this huge coin, and I didn't find out until I'm an adult actually what it really is. It's it's huge. It's probably about that big, and it's a mercury dime. It's it's like a paperweight.
Oh, okay.
But it's a mercury dime. It says 1916. It's a 1916D, and I found that in the ground in my backyard. That kind of just set it off for me. But I never picked up a detector until 5 years ago.
Wow. So you always had an affinity for finding things. Mm-hmm. And then, so what was the driving force that got you to, what made you want a detector? What made you want to pick one up?
Well, I was watching, on YouTube like anybody else. And I was watching Brandon Nee's channel, Fish in America. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I went out and bought my first detector, which, was a starter, Mine Lab, Go Find 60 or so, whatever it was. And that's how I kind of started with the tot lots and gradually went up to the Knox as what I have now. And once I found that old coin, I was kind of hooked on history.
Yeah, history is the best part of it. I mean, that's what we crave around here. So you go and you pick up you finally get a detector. You go out and you start digging. Where's the first places that you hunt? Are you just hitting your local parks? Where are you going?
Tot lots. That's pretty much it. Tot lots, old schools, trying to find anything. I think I like the town I'm in. I hit every school, every park, anything that I could get my hands on to detect. I wasn't even thinking about farm fields at that time. Never even crossed my mind. And that's kind of where I stuck to is, schools and parks.
So you're out here, you're digging parks and you're digging schools every day, and in your town, I'm sure you were the possibility of finding some good. I mean, maybe like early 1900 stuff. Was you finding colonial stuff in these parks and schools where you're at?
I found what kind of kicked it off for me. It was like we got to go find better places than schools was. I found a 1843 braided hair large cent in the back of a school, about 10 feet from the door.
Nice.
And the school was built on a farm, so an old farm, and that's basically probably when they were pushing around the fill, it didn't. That one's the only one that didn't get taken away with all the rest. But
so then you pull a largie out from behind the school. And then kind of we're going to skip forward kind of fast. And then the next thing you know, where does Brotherhood metal detecting come from? And what is the where is that? It was the YouTube channel already going at that point, or was it on the verge?
No, I met up with. I went on Facebook and I was like, "Ooh, Facebook has groups," and I didn't even know that. I was, in the New Jersey metal detecting group, and somebody contacted me. Is my buddy Jerry. He contacted me, and I didn't even know he had messaged me until it was like 2 months later. It's hidden in, because you're not friends with the person. It's hidden in that one little option folder where it's like almost under spam.
Right.
So I met up with him and I brought him to one of my permissions, and he was like, "Hey, well, I dig with this other guy. His name is Wayne, and I want you to meet him, and maybe we can start a little group here." So it's exactly, I met Wayne, and we all kicked it off, and we started. The group is Brotherhood Metal Detecting, and we started our Facebook page and the YouTube channel.
Nice.
So we go through all that, and I've been through most of your videos, and then coming up here, about 8-9 months ago, you had a little disclaimer before your video where you went out, and I think that was that your brother that was with you that day?
Yeah, my brother. We brought my brother into the fold. Probably late last or sometime last year or so.
So to keep on going with that, you have a little disclaimer that you're going to change the format of your channel, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. You take your brother out there, and then you put one of your better videos out there because he killed it that day. Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about that, and then talk about why you were going to change your channel around.
So the reason it became with YouTube, it becomes more of a job than you're having fun. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting there worrying about, oh, am I going to get content for this hunt? Am I going to, it doesn't become fun anymore. So, I was like, you know what? We're going to go to straight, doing a live stream metal detecting. I figured we'd, do that. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a break from it all, because it's just too much. I want to have fun. I want to detect. I don't want to have to sit there and, at the camera every time I want, somebody finds something. I want to enjoy it, but I don't want to have to, not be able to have fun. So I figured, maybe, we could change it up a little bit. But then I just kind of went away from it altogether. And that was kind of our last video that went out. I will be restarting doing videos. I think I've taken enough, long enough break.
Well, that's kind of good. Because, I was like, when that video came out and I watched that, I was like, wow. I'm like, this is really good. I can't understand. And yeah, I can understand why you would want to take a little bit of a break, because that happens to every last one of us. And it does kind of, sometimes it feels like a job to get content. Yeah, I totally get it. It's one of those things that I haven't hit that wall yet. YouTube kind of drives me to want to do more, because we're kind of introverted and we don't seek out permissions like everybody else does. We're a little shy at door knocking. We're we've been turned down so much that we're kind of that way about it. And this kind of is a motivational thing for us. But you think you're going to start putting videos back out this spring or summer? Is that what that's leading to?
We've got a big hunt this weekend with Copperheads. And Bobby Pastor, he's in the chat, and another guy that he's friends with, and I'm gonna start doing some content that day. We had a hunt with about 12 guys before, like around, I think, October, November. We had a big hunt, and I was gonna video then, and I turn on my GoPro and it says memory card. I'm like, well, there goes that. So. And it wasn't to the end of the hunt where I was fiddling with it and realized, oh, I could format the card here.
Right.
So I kind of lost. And in that day, nobody got skunked. It was just an amazing hunt. That was probably the best hunt I've ever been on. Not one person skunked. Everybody had at least 1800s coin, every one of them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great day.
So, back to where we're talking about the area that you live in New Jersey. You're in a big colonial area. What are some of the colonial? I don't want to say sites, but things that you're getting close to that what is some of the history that you're following in your state to detect?
Well, there's parts of Jersey that are revolutionary. I'm in Monmouth County, New Jersey. The Battle of Monmouth is close by, but it's so guarded you can't get on any of the sites. If you're even in that vicinity with a detector, they will take it and they will lock you up. So, I mean, you got to really know your areas and get in touch with people with information on where Revolutionary War activity might have been. Up north Jersey, there was a lot. There's ridges where they were up on the ridges, garden areas, and that's hard to find, but it is possible. But my area is mostly, it's mid 1800s where I'm located. The further we go west, it's more colonial.
Fantastic. I mean, it would be nice to have a little bit of that. We got some early 1800 stuff here, but it's just so spread out, and there's not a lot of remnants left of it. And any place that was really good to hunt has been hammered to death. So we're always looking. We go through the old maps all the time. Do you have any good resources like that? Do you have really good old maps of your state, your county, that you look through?
I mostly use Historica Aerials, the website, and I kind of do map layovers that way, or I just basically drive around and door knock, or use the web to get a phone number. It's pretty much it's all my tool is. Some people are nice, some people are not. I've had a guy tell me to get the F off his property. I didn't even get a word out. Okay,
wow.
Got it.
You might not have wanted to be there anyway. You don't know what he was doing behind that door.
But the thing is, I drive by that place all the time, and I'm like just shaking my head because I know it has potential.
Yeah, and we have several of those too. The other part of this whole conversation is that the Copperheads live stream on Wednesdays. It's pretty damn good. I hadn't watched it beforehand. I started seeing Joe around a little bit more when I started frequenting live streams, and then that's where I first kind of heard of it. And I went back and I started watching your guest last night, having Gypsy on there. That was a pretty good hour. I had a really good time in there.
It's good. It's always a good time there. Joe De Niro is the man. I don't know how he does it, man. He's a social butterfly. I can tell you that.
Hey man, has anybody ever told you that he looks like Robert De Niro?
Yeah, he does. He knows everybody.
He's definitely I see him everywhere, and that's how I kind of got swinging over there. You guys have now I never really caught this part of it. Are you part of their group, or are you just kind of hanging out with their group?
No, I'm just like a friend. That's they invite me to the permissions. I invite them to mine.
Heck, yeah, we don't have that many friends that hunt here. There's basically me and Nick and Kurt, and after that we don't. It's just us, so we don't have anybody else to really dig with. But so let's keep on going. So you say that you're going to get back out and you're going to do you're going to bring the channel back up this year a little bit. Mm-hmm. You think you're going to take a different approach to video making? Do you think you're going to be a little bit more relaxed with it? Maybe not break the camera out as much. Maybe do several hunts to a video, or how do you think you're going to go about it?
I'm probably going to start off slow, and get footage, but try to enjoy it more. I think that I have to do it that way, because otherwise I'm just going to get turned off and not want to do it. I want to show, the viewers, what we find. I want them to be excited how we were excited. I want to have that type of content. I want to be, I know everybody finds their own different things, but I don't want to have a video of finding 15 buttons. You know what I mean?
Right.
That I don't think people want to see, people finding 15 buttons. So even though there's nothing wrong with finding buttons, I find a ton of buttons, but you got to have the content for people to stay in.
Right. I got to say that, and I think Nick and I have kind of discussed this a little bit. We enjoy this almost as much as we do the detecting and making the videos there. But I think what our approach is going to be is by doing this every week and going on with it, because we're making new contacts, we're meeting new people, and we really like this aspect of it. I think it's going to afford us the capability to take our time and make better metal detecting videos and not feel like as pressured to put out content as fast. I feel like we're not going stagnant in here, and I think that's the reason why. Like, we went out and we dug a little bit the other day. We're on a great Civil War site, basically, Civil War era site, and we didn't find nothing in this field. I mean, there was one leather rivet and one button that was the button wasn't even that old. It was early 1900s. And instead of trying to scrape together content, we're just going to let that slide, save some of the scenic footage for the next time, and then just go back out and dig again. I think we're going to try to make better videos this year, as opposed to as many videos as we can make. And I think that's a good idea, just to take our time and do it how we want to keep it fun. So you said you got a big hunt planned this weekend. Do you got any trips planned this year? Do you got anything that you want to promote that you're going to do this year?
I am going. I'm going to be a vendor with the Ultimate Finds box at a hunt for deep search metal detecting club that's in New Jersey. They're having a big beach hunt in April, and I'm going to be a vendor there for the Ultimate Finds box. I'm going to try to make it to Come Out Swinging. And I am going to dig stock in October.
Hey, that sounds like 3 good times. We're trying to figure out where we're going to travel this year and do a little bit, but we're going to go around and actually try to meet some of the people that we've met through YouTube and swing a little bit this year. Back to the Ultimate Finds box. By the way, we've only used the 2 out of the 3 that you sent. The other one is for our other buddy, and he hasn't got to use it yet. But tell everybody a little bit about that process that you and I discussed the other day.
Well, detecting, there's always something in your arsenal that you don't have, or if you do, it's not the greatest. My downfall was I couldn't find a good finds box that was durable and was easy to put in your pocket, or if you want to hook a lanyard up to it, or no matter what it could be. But so I was kind of like on a search for a box that can accommodate larger coins, something that could hold toothpicks, stuff like that. So I kind of found a box that I thought would be good, and I had it molded, and then along the way I had made modifications to them. So when I get them from the molder, and then I modify them to open up more space for larger coins like silver dollars or 2 halves, large keys. If you could probably, in the new ones, you put actually a full size like skeleton key in there, and it'll fit. And that's kind of how that was born. And kind of showed the Copperheads got all those guys, and they're like, "Oh, this thing's great." And so I was like, let me try to sell this thing. So I kind of looking for a good name, and I came up with the Ultimate Finds box.
Well, everybody I know that has one loves it, and we definitely appreciate it. When we get done here today, when we get off here tonight, we'll get off a little bit back. We'll drop back down when this is over. We'll talk a little bit. I think I'm going to pick up a few more to start giving away in the stream in here. So before I get off the phone with you today, or before you get off here, I'll place another order for some for this group here, because I think I'm gonna start giving them away on Thursdays, because that's a pretty good gift to give. I think I'll hand out one for the people that show up in here every now and again, and give you a little bit more business.
Oh, sounds great.
So going on back forward, so you've got the Facebook page and the several ones that you brought me in with. You've got several of them going on there, and it seems like a pretty active member in those. Tell me a little bit about that, because I don't know a lot about Facebook groups. I'm not a Facebook guy per se.
Well, there's a lot of boys in Facebook groups for metal tech. So a lot of groups are, people are not very nice. I mean, if you're on Facebook, there's a lot of poisonous groups. So recently, I started one up with Bobby Pastor. It's called East Coast Metal Detecting. We want to provide a group where there's no animosity towards anybody. We want everybody to be able to share their stuff, to act cordial with each other and not be, nasty like some of these other groups. I had to get rid of them. The Brotherhood group is just a Brotherhood. It was just a page to, kind of to go with the Facebook. It doesn't really have, many members, but we try to keep up with as much as we can. Those are really the only two that I'm really a part of. I think there's another one, Berks County one. I was just helping out Sean Keller there, just inviting some people. Some, people that I know would probably enjoy his group, and that, general nice people,
Right on. And that's the thing, man. It's I'm a part of a lot of groups, and I'm in a lot of the groups that are local to this area. So there's a Northern Kentucky, East Central Indiana, several in the Kentucky and Indiana area. And out of all them groups that I joined, I've only met or talked to two people that was even halfway worth talking to or having a conversation with. Everybody else was just absolute, negative Nancy's, and just don't seem to have any time for anything. And it's like, why do anything if you're going to be, an asshole about it per se.
Yep.
So going a little bit further, you say you're swinging the Knox now, and are you a Mind Lab guy per se? Do you favor those detectors?
I've always been a Mind Lab guy. I went from the the Go Find 60, which is the kind of like the startup, detector, and then I went full extreme to the E-Track. That's the one down from the CTX 3030, and then I used that for a couple years. I still have it, but my arm is that machine is so heavy that my arm just can't take it much anymore. So I got the Knox 800.
Our buddy Kurt has the E-Track, and I've played with it quite a bit. I've played with the Equinox as well. I don't feel that they're that different, and you can program yourself out of a good target with the E-Track, I think. So I feel like the Knox kind of keeps you in the zone, and it is very light, and it's very good to swing. The only thing I don't like about Mind Lab is I don't like the sound of the tones. I don't like the fluty sound. It I guess because I started out with like a Garrett disc, the solid beeps and the high tones being about the same there is what I like about the other detectors. But man, I can't go wrong with the Mind Labs. If so, you're going out digging this weekend on another group hunt with the Copperheads and something like that. How many people did you say you're going to have this weekend?
So if Joe De Niro comes, I think there's 7 or 8.
7 or 8. And how big of a permission are you hitting this weekend? Acreage.
Okay, so that go back to that last video you saw my brother with his Hispanic cob that he found. That place is 17 fields deep, and it's relatively very close to Washington's Crossing, the Delaware.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I,
So
so you could probably hunt there all summer. I mean, or all spring before they plant.
well, the farmer doesn't even care if if we hunt it, even with the soybeans growing. He's an amazing guy. He doesn't even care. As long as we don't drive on it, he don't care.
Wow,
we're gonna be at this place for years. I mean, like I said, the last hunt was just the amount of. I think we've pulled last year alone. There was like 35 coppers got pulled out of that place. 5 or 6 silvers, but we pulled out not just King George's or U.S. large cents. We pulled out Russian coppers. We pulled out Italian coppers, Chinese coins. There must have been a trade, like a trade place relatively close to where we're at, because we pulled out Napoleon the Fourth or the Third or something like that. It's just ridiculous, the amount of history. Sick. It's just absolutely.
I'm drooling over here a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to wipe my chin.
Yeah, Spanish. I mean, it's just all over the place.
Guys, that is yeah. Well, it seems like the farmers don't really care if you walk on the soybeans as much. So you guys are going to hammer that out this weekend, and then you say are you going to record this weekend, or are you going to wait?
I'm probably going to record this weekend. Like I said, I'm going to start off a little slow.
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing you guys make videos, because the last one you made I thought was absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure everybody that's in here tonight is got to be subscribed to your channel and got to know who you were coming into today. And if you don't know Eric, you really need to get over and take a gander at his channel and look at all the videos that he's got from the last 2 or 3 years. They're all pretty good, and they do fantastic, and I enjoy watching them. That whole scene there in that New Jersey thing, I think looks like a place that I would love to be able to go and dig sometime, and we might have to come that way and bother you for sure.
Really. Yeah, I'll host you. That's no problem.
I just want to say that the third time I've subscribed to your channel tonight, I keep getting kicked from it. I know I've subscribed twice today, before today.
YouTube is they do that to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, usually if it's in like a live stream or if your link gets dropped or something like that. But when Shane told me to go find you after he got the boxes, and I got your stickers up there too. And that's been like what, 4 months, 3 months, 4 months?
Something like that.
December,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's been a while. So anyway, I did it then. I've done it like a month ago, and I just did it again tonight. So when you see my name, say, "Hey, you got a new subscriber." I'm not that new, but I'm new today. Again.
You know what? They don't even send out those emails anymore, or notifications. They don't even do it no more because they don't want you sub for sub.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah, I was like the other day. I was like, well, how bad does this feel? Because I had to do the same thing the other day. I had to resubscribe the other day because sometime between the last time I was there, which was in December, and then until we talked a couple weeks ago, I thought I was there, and it just hit that button again. I can't understand it. It doesn't make a lot of sense, because especially when they can tell that you're watching those videos.
Yeah.
But so anyway, everybody, Eric from Brotherhood Metal Detecting he's gonna start doing some videos again, and hopefully give everybody a little bit of content to watch. It's not going to push it too hard because he doesn't want to get burned out. He wants to have a lot of fun with it, and because that's what YouTube's about. We're all trying to have a good time, make friends, and find good stuff. We're not done with this conversation, but here I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor. I want to see if anybody else wants to come up, because there's a couple other things I want to talk about today, and maybe one of the people that's a part of it might want to be the ones that do that. Here, I just dropped the link into chat. Are you gonna take part in Paul and Nancy's 24 hours of live streams this weekend?
Yeah, we're the last one on the docket. I think 6 o'clock on Saturday.
How's that feel? Is that 6 p.m. or 6 a.m.?
6 p.m.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all.
It's not bad. I go on for an hour and then I go to sleep early, getting ready for Sunday's hunt.
So you guys dig on Sundays is when you're going?
Yeah, we're going Sunday. It's the best day.
Now I gotta say, having a production job like you got, do you work a lot of hours? I feel like you probably have quite a bit of responsibility.
See, I do, but with COVID and kids' schedules, I work 3 days a week.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Hey, well, Nick and I might need a new job because we just can't seem to get away from work.
Look, I'm just gonna promise you one thing. If you leave that place, I'm out the door with you, man. Don't.
I got 20 years in, and Nick is my day shift supervisor, and we deal with when you're dealing with casino people, you're dealing with dumb ideas every day and people that don't think with common sense. So it weighs on you a little bit. That's why we like to put the headphones on it and dig, because we get lost in it, and that's a big part of the fun. I thought maybe Paul or Nancy might want to come up today to talk about their live stream stuff, but maybe Paul bailed. I don't know. But anyway, I thought maybe one of them might want to join. Anybody else that wants to promote their channel today, we're going to be on here about another 20 minutes or so. I'd like to have a few other bodies come up today. Anybody that's willing, the chat, the link is in the chat already. I see a few new faces in here that I don't know. Chris Customs, how are you doing? Thank you for joining in. And
you know who that is? Hey,
no,
that's your nephew.
no way. Hey, Christopher, what's up, buddy? I don't pay attention, dude. Quester of the Past, welcome. I don't know the name, and I saw Ian from Relics and Stack Stones in here earlier. I know I saw his name pop through. Ian's our buddy. He's got the best beard in YouTube by far.
Hey, I'm gonna shave mine off this weekend.
You're gonna go back to looking like a kid. Mud Max Metal Detecting. There's a gent from England that we met the other night on Nancy's stream. Fantastic guy. I enjoyed his channel. I enjoyed talking to him the other day. I'm going to make him a moderator. Max, you can put you can drop your links in here as soon as you like. So, Eric, a little bit more. Does there? What else do you like to do? I mean, you treasure hunt and you work a lot. You got kids. Do you have any other hobbies that you like to sneak in there from time to time?
No, just the one. I don't think my wife would let me have any more.
And then something else that we always talk about is what's your we all watch metal detecting videos, treasure hunting. We watch the panning guys. I seen flashing your pan in here. What's your guilty pleasures on YouTube? What is something that you watch on YouTube that I don't know, they call it a guilty pleasure?
I watch a lot of Green Mountain Metal Detecting. I just love his channel. He's an amazing guy. Like, Brad, he's just top notch videos every time. He does his own music. He's a man of all trades. So yeah. I watch, a lot of that. Just basically anything, that pops up on my, my recommended, the feed, I guess, for, when you pop on YouTube.
Yeah, I think, Nick's a tinkering guy. He watches a lot of garage videos. I find myself, I find myself getting lost on YouTube and going in stupid directions. Like, we've been taking the shorts here lately, and we've been having fun with animal videos and just whatever you can try to get YouTube to put on the shelf to play. I got us another gent in here. I'm going to bring him up for a second because I talked to him the other day and was just getting to know him. What's up, Max?
How you doing, folks? You all right?
Doing great.
What time is it over there?
Oh, it is now 2:45, early hours of the morning.
Is this your go time, or is this you're getting ready to go to bedtime?
This is definitely my getting ready to go to bedtime, but I couldn't resist just popping on and saying hello.
Hey,
Well, hello.
I got to watch a couple of your videos the other day, and actually, what got me to begin with is that when I looked up Mud Max, I got some kind of a BMX guy that I thought was your channel. So I watched a video and I'm like, what the hell is this? And so I left a comment and said, hey, I met you on Nancy's live stream the other night. And this guy answered me back almost instantaneous. He says, who is Nancy? And I went, oh, maybe I got the wrong one. So I scrolled down a little further and I found you. And I was like, oh, well, that was pretty good. I unsubbed the guy, went on about my day.
Yeah, I tried to do a Facebook account as Mud Max, and the Mud Max. It turns out that there's a Mud Max whole thing of like BMXing and muddy sports and all that kind of stuff. And as soon as I tried to open a Facebook account as Mud Max, they just hit on me and just kicked me out. They just went straight to Facebook and said, no way, we're not having another Mud Max. We're the Mud Max people. And they just wouldn't even let me on. So they kicked me out. But hey, there you go.
Now, are you off lockdown yet?
No, we're getting there. We've got a date at the moment in the UK for June for going back to fairly good normality. So they're just rolling out the old jabs in the arm at the minute over here. And they're just coming down with the age groups, but things are getting better and the numbers are going down. So fingers crossed, things are going in the right direction. It's been a long time, but there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, because I know a lot of the guys that we subscribe to over there in England. A lot of them have been just locked up for a while. Hey, you know what? I want to get here and say it real fast. We got an actual celebrity lookalike in the house today. It looks like got Robert De Niro in the house again today. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Robert De Niro. Hey, that's Joe Copperheads. Oh, I'm sorry, man. You just look so much like the guy. I can't help it.
Man. You said it's supposed to butterfly. What's up, Eric? I haven't heard you talk so much my entire life, buddy. You're killing it
hard with those other two.
That's true. I know.
What's up, guys? Are you looking at me, Joe? Are you looking at me, Joe?
Yeah, Joe, I thought it was going to be pretty interesting to let Eric get a chance to actually speak a little bit, because he doesn't get a chance to talk much on Wednesdays.
Yeah, but you know what? I was the same way for a long time. Me and him just sat back in the dungeon, didn't say anything, and then they just kept slamming me. They won't slam him, so I just kind of had to start getting out there. So now I guess you call me the social butterfly. Here I am.
Well, I run into you just about everywhere, and then the other guys I didn't really know. I mean, I didn't come over to watch your live stream until I started seeing you show up in different places. So
yeah, Mike and Trey don't pop on much anywhere else but their own show. So
that's all good. It's that's kind of the way it is. We're gonna fill up the panel a little bit more. Got a couple things to talk about in here, and there's Ed.
Hey, Ed, what's up, man?
Hey. How you doing, Joe?
Good, bud.
Max, Nick, Shane, Eric.
It's going.
Good. Everybody out there in chat.
Hell yeah. It's a really good group that we got going in here on Thursday nights. I enjoy everybody that comes in, and we get a few new ones every now and again. That's pretty cool to have. We're getting a little bit excited. If you it's not, Flash Bash isn't that far away. I'm going to be glad to be. So my time up there, I'm going to be there early Saturday morning, and I'll be out sometime Saturday evening. But I'm excited to come.
Nick's coming with you too, right?
I've not got that set in stone yet, so I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, he's coming. He's your digging buddy, right?
Yes, sir.
You work together, you dig together. You're coming to Flash Bash together, right, Nick? Right.
Yeah. All right. I'll drag my carcass down there.
All right. Took care of it for you, Shane. He's coming.
I appreciate that. I don't put pressure on him like that, because I want his wife to continually like me and let him go out and dig with me. So.
That's okay. I don't know her. Yeah.
And so we gotta work on each other's wives a little bit because when they raise their voice, we kind of got to listen if we want to go back out the next weekend. Max, are you getting able to do any detecting, or are you? I know you said I thought you said you could close to home or something like that. Or you got woods or something that you're detecting in?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I've got a permission, a large farm, and it's only about 5 minutes drive, so I'm allowed to go there for my exercise. So I count it as my exercise. We're allowed to go out every day for exercise, but where I live is heavy urban area. There's a lot of people running about, and there's a lot of people coming and going to the shops. So I tend to slide out to the car, stick the detector in the back, shoot to the farm, and do it that way. So I hope to get out the weekend. I've just been sent a new detector. I don't know how much you guys in the US know about the Mars Gauss.
I seen the metal detecting channel over there previewing it. I think is that the one I seen them with.
Yeah, it could be. Mars, well known for their coils for a long, long time, but they've now brought out their first detector called a Gauss, spelled Gauss, and a company called Metal Detectors Online, who I've been working with for a couple of years, have just sent me one. So I'm going to unwrap that probably tomorrow night, put it together, have a little play with the menu, and then I hope, fingers crossed, to get it out in the fields and have a run with it at the weekend and just see what the old girl's like.
Heck yeah, I think I've seen them two guys, and I think it's there's so many channels I watch, but I think it's called the Metal Detecting Channel, and I saw them out there with it, and I think there was two guys with it, and they were out like on a hill somewhere, and it looked very similar to an Equinox in size and maybe a Simplex, and that it had that look, but they were digging some pretty deep targets with it, and it sounded really nice. So yeah, if you get that out there, make sure you drop a video on it. And that way I can watch it because I'm definitely interested in it.
Yeah, I think that design is becoming almost the norm now, isn't it? You're seeing so many of these T-handle machines, and everybody's trying to get the telescopic shafts. Everybody's going for that portable, lightweight T-handle design, and it's becoming more and more of the norm. And we're seeing so many detectors follow that pattern. The old S-stem was the classic, and now I think that the modern classic is going to be that kind of T-stem collapsible design.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you came over for a few minutes today. I was glad to meet you the other night. It was fun talking, especially when Nancy bailed on us and left us there to just take care of her business. I
mean, he was in a jammies.
With Rob.
Yeah. It's a good thing Rob got on late because it's definitely not PG-13 when Rob Random shows up.
That is for sure. She kept asking me, say anything bad? I'm like, no, he didn't say anything bad.
The man had to bite his tongue, though. I'm pretty sure because he was raring to go.
Oh, good old Rob.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. We after the stream was over, we sit there and we all sit and talked for a little while, and he is a funny guy, and I enjoyed listening to him.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's got some pretty decent stories to tell. Well, I mean, everybody that's in here tonight, Eric, I really appreciate you taking an hour and coming in here with us today.
No problem.
I mean,
having me.
I'm glad to get a chance to actually talk to people that, I'm gonna come out and say it. The people that I invite are people that I want to get to know a little bit and talk to, and it's just that's the fun part about it. This is a great way to get to know new people. I get to ask questions and you have to answer them. Come on, hey Joe, how long have you actually been swinging? Because I really haven't gotten much background on you.
3 years, that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Acting career didn't allow you treasure hunting time?
Yeah, no, actually, Trey and I work for Toyota. He works for a corp, and I used to work for a dealership. And he was my district manager. He would come in and talk about metal detecting, and I used to call him a goober and told him to get the hell out of there. I don't want to hear about that crap. And then one day he invited me out, and the rest is history. Yeah, man.
So
the very next day, I bought a Garrett AT. Kept that thing for like 3 months. Then I bought what the hell did I buy, Eric? I got so many detectors.
Yeah, the Simplex.
Simplex. Then I had the Amphibia. I had the TX, and then I had the. Now I got the Knox.
So you just said that. How does that feel to have a snot nosed kid being your boss?
He's not really my boss. He doesn't. He works for Toyota Corp. I work for a private dealership. So
yeah, I was just trying to make a little turbulence there if I could.
That will never happen. That will never happen.
Oh, it's just all well and good. He can't be that old. How old is that kid?
Trey's what, 28?
Yeah, he's a youngin.
Yeah,
His 20s.
him and Mike are the same age. Actually, they both just recently got married too.
Man.
Wow, their detecting's about ready to slow down a little bit, huh?
Yeah, Trey got pretty much both me and Mike into it. Eric was, he came in later because they knew him, but
that dude's got a really good personality for this whole live streaming business, I gotta say.
well, he's a salesman at the end of the day, so it all makes sense, right? He could talk to them. I can't say that word on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
Car salesman at that too.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been at Copperhead for like a year and a half.
See, I'm not. Well, that's one of the. I've been watching the metal detecting videos on YouTube for probably 5 to 6 years, and just when I just seen you here recently was the first that the name had popped up in chats or something before, but I never knew what the Copperheads at all, and then I saw you on one of the shows that you did, and then I went over there and started watching your guys' stream, and that was right about the time that Nick and I started playing around with Marlin, and I was like, wow, it's like I feel like we're ripping other people off here, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, and I live in Connecticut too. They're all in Jersey, so I'm the traveling guy.
Now, how far of a drive is that for you to dig
About
within?
2 hours, 2.5 hours where they are.
Wow, that's not too bad.
No, I mean, it's definitely worth the drive. That's for sure.
It's one good thing about New England, huh, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm not really good geographically because it seems like New Jersey would be across New York, and it seems like that would be a good little haul for you, but maybe not. I mean, I guess that's all right there together.
Even like PA, when we go hunt with, Charlie and Paul, it's only a 2.5 hour ride there to PA too. So,
Let's see. I think for us to get to Western Pennsylvania is probably 3 or 4 hours, something like that.
Up to Nancy would be 2.5 hours, and I'm pretty much smack dab in the middle of everybody, I think.
That's probably why you get around so much. You don't have that far to go.
True.
You get to dig on some nice different properties, don't you?
Yeah. Spoiled. Look behind me.
Yeah, I've looked. We're in an area, like I said, we've talked about before. We're in an area that was settled in the early 1800s, but it is or late 1700s. But it's just all the good spots that we've found have been hammered pretty good, and we're always cleaning up everybody's mess. So it's a little tougher. A lot of the historic places and stuff they won't let us near, so it's kind of tough. But we have a good time. We'll take our Indian head pennies and barber dimes and stuff like that and be happy, and hopefully every now and again get something good. Let's see, what else do I got in here for this group here? Not a whole lot.
Hey, Shane.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy, isn't it? The difference in size of countries when you guys talk about driving 3 or 4 hours for a dig. If I was to drive 3 or 4 hours for a dig, I would be going from the east of England and I would be in the north of my country. I would be crossing from the east to the north, and that would be it. I would be right up, getting towards Scotland, and almost getting towards the border. So it's crazy, isn't it? Britain is such a tiny country compared to America, and it's you guys will travel a couple of hours and you're in the same, what you guys think of as the same area. For us, we've gone to a whole new different region of our country.
Yeah, and the thing of it is everybody wants to go to England to dig. I mean, I know that's one of everybody's bucket list place to go dig is your country. And then just to talk about it like it's that small, it makes it that much more amazing what gets pulled out of the ground continually there to this day, because there's a lot of people that detect there, and there's a lot of these groups that go, and you would think that they would just find most all of it, but they're still pulling out them gold staters and all them old coins. And man, I hope to get over there. I really do. That's got to be something that happens in the next 5 years. I mean, I gotta go. It's something I want to do badly. Have you been over there, Joe?
I have not. Nope. I
Man.
think Trey's the only one out of us that's been over there.
That's
Did he have a good time, Joe?
He had a blast over there. He went over with his father. They had a really good time. I guess the field that we're at, they found some big, huge hoard. Like they closed it off and nobody can go over there, and they were digging coins all day.
Wait, that was what was that? Detectable?
Yeah, detectable. They were about, Trey said, like 50 or 70 yards away when these guys hit this hoard. He was right next to it.
Man, just the stories that you could tell about something like that. I mean, that's a dream come true for metal detectors, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I'm lucky to, we're lucky to find 2 or 3 really, old good targets in a single hunt, and our hunts are 4 or 5 hours. We feel really good about a hunt like that, and then just to go over there, that's why I guess that's why YouTube's so great, because you can watch. I watch a couple people in Germany. I watch a lot of the Aussies, France, and I get into that.
The war relics those guys dig up are freaking amazing, man.
Yeah, there's so many different styles of detecting. You can start out with Roman and go all the way through World War II and find things that are desirable targets. It's amazing. I got to get over there at some point. That would be a highlight of my life, I think. What's
to keep it in perspective, though? I mean, I'm here in England in an area that was full of Roman occupation, Anglo-Saxon, and all the Celtic, and I can still, on my permissions, I can still go 3, 4, 5 hunts and come home with a couple of buttons and a bag full of scrap and nothing else. So sometimes I think it's almost portrayed as like a dreamland, but that's not the case. And I think with YouTube, what you tend to see is people hitting on the big days. But to keep it in perspective, in the UK, there's still a lot of guys out there, just like you guys, who spend hours and go home with 1 or 2 nice things, but you still have to put the work in. It's not littered. The fields aren't littered over here. It's not dreamland.
I think that's honestly. If you think about it.
We got Nick and I have a battlefield that was just post-war of 1812. It was Indian occupation in the southern Indiana, and we've been out there, and there was an actual military fort standing on this site, and we've dug out there, I don't know, 15, 20 times on this 30-acre field, and there's never been a war bullet, never been a solid time frame coin, nothing pre 1850. There was like one Indian head, a beautiful early 1800s skeleton key, and a few other things that are found on this whole thing. And there was the military fort was right there. I mean, we know we're in the right spot, and we still haven't dug a lot of good targets out of there.
That's bad.
Yeah.
No other way to say that. That's bad.
Yeah, like we found one area that we called a hot spot. We found like 30 or 40 buttons, and then other than that, it's just we've been searching the fields, and we'll hike all the way down one side, back up the other, and just keep quadrant it off, and it's just not produced like it should have. And it's a site of a couple battles, and the U.S. Army sent a whole military battalion out there to protect this little town and called Barbersville, Indiana, because they were trying to set up a new town moving north, and they put their post office in their town, and they were getting overrun by Indians. And the government, they built this fort in this field that we're at. There's a cemetery there that's got some amazing old. I did a couple of videos on the place, and it's great history, but just it just goes to prove that you're not always going to find.
Don't give up, though, Jay. Shane, don't give up. Detecting's a lot like gold prospecting. It's a game of inches.
we go out there at least twice a year. So, I mean, it's not like we're ever going to give up on it because we know it's got potential for something epic.
We got to bring Eric's brother Jerry there. He'll find something.
I'm a firm believer in layers. Everything's in layers. You know, you got to just peel it away one layer at a time. Because we had a Boy Scouts camp where, you know, we were peeling away the clad and all the Boy Scout knives and the neckerchief slides, and we started hitting silvers. And when we were finished, we're over 200 silvers.
Wow.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So I'm a firm believer in layers. That's for sure.
Yeah, we slap the big coils on out there and go for everything deep, and we've dug this one probably 2 acre slot of the field where we know the towers stood. They called it a blockhouse, is what they called it, where they on the corners of the towers. Anyway, we dug. Oh, I bet we hammered that whole thing. You probably can't find a signal in that spot anymore, and it's just not there. But you're right. You just got to keep going. We've quadrant it. We'll go back this year. I'm sure of it. It'll probably be one of the sites we hit before it gets warm again, because I think last year was a soybean year and this will be a corn year, and I don't like cornfield years.
You've got to start gridding it and baby stepping.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just such a big lot that it's just one of those things. We have other permissions that, like this weekend, we don't know where we're going for sure. We got a guy that's taking us out. He's not taking us out. He just owns a bunch of property. He's like, hey, I got another property I think you guys should go dig on. And so we're going to head out there probably Saturday morning and just let him put us on a spot, because most of his places are 1840s or better. So, you know, we've had some decent luck, just not the big score that we've been looking for. Most of the people in our area was poor, so they didn't have a lot of coins, so we don't find a lot of that. So, but it's pretty good. Man, Joe, thanks for coming up today. I didn't expect you to jump on with us. I appreciate it. Ed, you too, my friend. I'm looking forward to Flash Bash. And Max, it's always good to see you. We're on every Thursday. If you feel free to come up any week and talk that England detecting that's such a small country, but you know, hard to find a lot of good stuff. I like to hear about that. I got a few more minutes. If there is anybody else that wants to pop up for a few seconds and say hi, we're not going to run too late tonight. I popped the link in the chat one more time. 24 hours of live streams starts on Friday at 6 o'clock. Is that right?
5:30.
5:30.
5:30. Yeah.
Paul and Nancy kick it off at 5:30.
Yeah, and so if anybody, let's try to get over there and support as many of them as possible, especially the guys that are on it later at night and early in the morning, because they're going to be struggling. Anyway, not really necessarily a part of that, but I'm probably gonna go hang out with some of them folks, because that's a pretty cool thing to try to do and hang out with, and I'll just join in as many of them as I can and go in there and bust people's balls. Paul, you're more than welcome to come up and talk about it, but I think we've talked about it a lot this week. But
You'll see me jumping in and out every one of them.
is Nancy actually going to stay awake? I mean, is that part of the deal?
We both are, actually. We're supposed to be in every stream the whole entire night.
No.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try like
I'm
that.
on at 12:30 a.m.
Well, Mayor goes on at 3 a.m. Then I'm on digging with Mart and Terry at 12 a.m. I got to go on with them, so I'll be all over the
At
place.
least it starts at 5:30 p.m. and not like some strange 5:30 a.m. thing.
Yeah, and then we shut it down at 6 o'clock on Saturday.
I tell you what, that's going to take a lot to stay awake. You better get what are you gonna do to stay awake over there, Joe? You gonna get some energy drinks and some caffeine pills and
Coffee.
I can't entirely imagine that. That's
I'm not a sleeper, first of all, so I'll be okay.
right on. Well, let's see. I said that's the one thing we've left to talk about. We expect everybody to stop in and at least say hi, show some support for all these channels that are going to put that out there. Paul, Nancy, that's excellent.
And Nancy said I took tomorrow off. She's going to sleep.
You know what? She's good. I got $20 says she doesn't sleep when she thinks she will. It ain't going to happen.
I work tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not
Yeah.
playing anybody, but I'm gonna try.
All right. Well,
My,
like I said,
my raised drink will help me get through. A raised energy drink.
yeah, I have to start mixing some of the other stuff there. Well, everybody, we've gone way too long tonight. But Eric, I was glad to have you. You're welcome up here any Thursday. You got something you want to promote or talk about? You can always hit me up because we plan on being here every single week. Same for Max, Ed, Joe. You guys are always welcome. You don't even have to ask. If you actually want extra time to let me grill you and get to know you a little better, just hit me up. I'll definitely make time. Oh, and as we say that, I'm going to let Paul get up here and close us out tonight and tell us a little bit more about his 24 hours. There he is.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Paul.
Hey,
Hey, Paul.
Hold on 1 second.
You're good, bro.
Hey Paul, while you're getting ready, I'm gonna make a move, guys. So I'll leave you with Paul, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care, folks.
hi, Max.
Hey, Max.
Bye, Max.
Night, Max.
Mud Max
Hi,
Metal
Max.
Texting. Hit him up.
I didn't want to step on anyone, but I want to ask Mad Max a question about Dane villages in the British Isles. If he's ever hit any of the old Viking towns.
Dude, he's got some stories, man. Me and Shane hung out with him for a while, and that guy's got some crazy stories.
Travis, you have a good night, my friend. Thank you very much for coming in tonight.
I'm sure you have some crazy stories too, Joe.
No, not me. Paulie, how come you're not in bed?
Hey, I'm practicing.
Practice.
I won't try to stay up as long as I can tonight. And, usually I'll sleep most of the day if I stay up pretty late. So
It's all right.
What do you do for work again, Paul?
I work for county government at the Park and Rec department. And
Okay, that's why your summers are busy.
exactly, because I'm taking care of all the soccer fields, softball fields, baseball fields, and summer is my crazy time, and we are gearing up right now. We just have painted 10 soccer fields and different sizes, and so our season is fixing to get geared up pretty good.
Right on.
Oh,
and
I'll have to remember that when it gets into fall so I could schedule you in.
That sounds good, and I do appreciate the invite. And anybody on the panel, in the chat, hey, if you want to pop into my stream, you're more than welcome. I mean, that's just helps my stream. So
Absolutely. Hey, Paul. So I figured that we was getting ready to end it today. So I figured I'd let you come in and do your. You can close us out with your last commercial for your 24 hours.
All right, guys. Tune in tomorrow night, 5:30. Ambient Girl Diggs and American Woodland Relics is going to kick us off for the 24 hours of live stream. And we'll talk about some stuff, and I'm sure we'll have some fun. At 6 o'clock, we're going to have Jersey History Hunters. And then at 7:30, Charlie Reiser with Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium will be on. Then Park Rat Pat, Park Rat Metal Detecting will be on at 8:30. At 9:30, we have Frank with Digging Richmond. And then at 11:30, I'll be on again for my American Woodland Relics live stream. And I'll go take us into Saturday morning. Then Mr. Ed Right here.
Wilbur.
Right here. He's going to be on at 12:30 and take us. I hope he does some prospecting stuff, and that'll be real cool. And then at 1:30, Clark's Cove detecting. At 3 o'clock, Mayor's video will be on. Then at 5 o'clock, straight up metal detecting. And then at 6 o'clock, tune in to Ambient Girl Diggs channel. We're gonna do the halftime show for 1 hour and talk about some of the streams that we've done seen and see how everybody's holding up. And then at 7 o'clock, we dig it. Gene, he's gonna do a bunch of cool stuff out here. And DK, Adventures in Dirt, he's gonna be on. I've talked to him, and he said he's starting to feel a little better. So, tune in to Ken and watch him. And then at 10 o'clock, Nancy, Ambient Girl Diggs, she's gonna do her stream. At 11 o'clock, it'll be Indiana Tones. 12 o'clock, Dig It Mark Metal Detecting UK and Digger Den's Tyson Fury's going to be together. At 1 o'clock, Finding Goodies. At 2 o'clock, M.A. Lyman 24, Mike, and some friends. I'm thinking it's Rivendell Coins and Antiquities. I know B3 Relic Recovery is going to be there. Polly Nickels and Coins, and these maybe somebody else. I can't remember who and I was going to be with them, but that's at 2 o'clock with Mike, M.A. Lyman 24. Then at 4 o'clock we have Digging with Deej and Metal Pirate Girl. They gonna do coin roll hunt. Talking with Deej, this is gonna be her first time ever looking through coins and stuff. So I've been telling her she's gonna be hooked after Saturday. And then at 6 o'clock, the Copperheads, Joe and Eric and everybody is going to be on. So that wraps up. That takes us past 24 hours. So, guys, drink your energy drinks and lots of snacks and protein and whatever you need to do to get through the 24. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, Paul. Thanks for coming up and dropping that list off one more time for your folks for Friday night starting out. Everybody show them some support. It takes a lot to put together to get everybody in line to handle that. And it's going to take a lot of support just to kind of get everybody through that, because that's going to go in there and help out, because everybody's going to need everybody might need a guest every now and again, or it might be late at night. They might need somebody to talk to help them keep going. So, everybody stops in here to support. Everybody stop over there, pick a couple times. Just whenever you got a minute, jump in. Every little bit helps, and every little bit is going to be appreciated, because everybody that's in there is good folk. So,
it come together a lot better than I thought it would, and I appreciate everybody that's going to be participating. And guys, y'all are amazing. I thank you.
Yeah, there's so many wonderful people around here. I mean, it just blows me away. Every week I meet somebody else, and every week I feel like I got a new friend, and it means a lot to all of us, I'm sure. Just a quick announcement before the end of the day now is next week I got another little bit different type of guest in here. I got the Michigan Magnet Fishing in here next week.
Cool.
I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and have a chat with him and talk to him, but we talk on Facebook a little bit, and I have a feeling that ought to be a pretty interesting conversation. Guy's got great personality, so I'm really looking forward to next week. After that, we're going to take the show on the road. I'll be the week after that. I'll be broadcasting from Texas. I'll be down there right next to Kay. I'm gonna force her out to dig with me because that woman is probably the ultimate supporter of all these channels. Between her and Brenda, I don't know which one's on more. So I'm gonna go down and park dig with her, make her let me buy her dinner or something because she's fantastic. So we're gonna broadcast from Texas and hopefully might find a few relics down there. Not sure what we're gonna find in East Texas, but we're gonna give it a shot. Everybody that came up today, I appreciate you, Eric. I'm sure we're going to chit chat a little bit between now and later. Hey, don't leave just yet. When we close this down, I gotta strike a deal or something for some boxes.
Shane, just a heads up. Next week on the Copperheads, I can't give it all away. Eric, how do I explain this, my friends? There is going to be someone huge. I guess you would use. Huge. I was actually able to get this individual. How I got Gypsy, how I got this person, I have no idea. But I don't want to give away.
Getting bow on or something?
No.
Leave that as a surprise.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to post up on YouTube and Facebook, so I don't want to give it away. So I'm going to kind of maybe throw a little bit of small hints throughout the week of what's going on, see somebody maybe can guess. But it's going to be a pretty big deal.
What day? What time?
Copperheads, the one at 8 o'clock.
Okay, I'll have to remember. So many live streams now.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. So everybody might want to tune in.
Heck yeah! Well, I know I'll be over there to check it out. And when you say huge, it really opens the door. So I can't wait to see. Ed's on Tuesday nights, Copperheads on Wednesdays. American Woodland Relics, his normal stream is like Saturday at 5:30. Is that correct? 24 hours of live streams. Michigan Magnet Man next week, everybody. Thank you guys so much. We've ran way too long today. I appreciate everybody's time and everybody coming in here and hanging out with us this evening. I'm glad you all stopped in. I'm going to close this thing down in about 5 seconds. So peace out, everyone. Thank you very much. Much love to the community.